Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, welcome back to Ravenport. The night has gone through. We started harvesting field number 8. Let's go to our stat page to kind of catch you up to date what's going on. All these fields down here in the south have been weeded and they're double fertilized. They're ready for the final harvest in a couple days. This field has been weeded as well. The Fent has finished seeding this field and it's half weeds, half whatever. I think I'll just wait until the weeds start over again and we'll use herbicide in that field to be quicker. So the job today is field 8, 6, 12, and the rail yard. We need to flip them over and get them seeded out. So we're kind of started here. But as you can see, the field needs to be, almost said fertilized. Whoa, why is that detached? The field needs to be lined. Of course it needs to be fertilized. It's kind of stupid to say that. So we're going to do a couple headlands here since the combine has finally did all the north end here. And then we'll set him off on a worker on down, and the Fent tractor is going to be right behind him pretty much. We'll give this guy a little bit of a head start just because I don't want the Fent and this guy, you know, on workers. You don't want them working too close together because they could, when they're turning around, could get caught up with one another, blocking one another or whatever. So give this guy a little bit of a head start. So while everyone's working this field, we're going to grab the New Holland tractor, head on down to the horse paddock because we do have some horses. I haven't checked, but if I remember correctly, they're ready to be sold today. Now also I'm trying to keep an eye on the pricing of some of our crops. Of course, we got soybeans, we got some canola, we got a little bit of sunflower. There are some pretty good prices today. I don't know if I'm going to sell it or not. If I get a moment, I will. Since this is the third to last episode, the last episode should be on Sunday for Ravenport, anyways. Before we head on out, so we have a lot to do. A lot to do. So obviously by the end of this episode all the fields should be seeded. Maybe not double fertilized, but they'll be seeded, not weeded. Saturday will kind of be maybe some harvesting of some of the fields, and then Sunday we'll obviously finish any harvesting that hasn't been done, selling of the crops if we can. And then a quick break while the evaluator comes in and evaluates the farm and see what we end up with. So I just want to give this guy a little bit of a head start here. So as we go into the page, I mean, right now canola, there's a good price for canola right here at the ranch. And we do have 250,000 liters to sell, 80,000 liters of sunflower to sell. That's also a good price. You can see soybeans. I wasn't paying attention and the price must have been up to 1,800 and something. The price is dropping as we speak. As for our animals, what are the pigs doing? Yeah, I need to sell. We'll probably even sell some pigs today as well. So we'll do horses, sell some pigs. When they reach 75 each, that means the pen's at max. So really in 15 minutes we'll be at 73. So by the time I do some stuff around today, we'll have to sell some pigs. Really, I just want to double check their stats, make sure for the most part they're good for a couple more days. They could use water. The cow should be fine-ish. The chicken's more than fine. So there's the horses we got to sell today. And the other horses in a couple days we'll be able to sell. Yes, we will buy some horses to refill the paddock. Again, this is not our... We gotta continue the farm as if we're, you know, we're the manager. We just can't say, well, we're not going to buy horses because we're not going to be here. The farm is going to be here. The owner would like the farm to continue. The only thing I'm not going to do is after we harvest the second time, the last time I should say, I'm not going to flip the fields for them. The new farm manager can figure out what he wants to do with the fields, what he wants to plant. So since our case tractor has a bit of a head start now, we'll go ahead and do our couple of headlands up here. This field here, probably off cam, I will do the liquid digestate. The other field, field 45, I got the artificial fertilizer over there with the John Deere. Just waiting for that to hit the first stage of growth. And then he'll go ahead and fertilize that. So most of the fields will be ready, but like I said, by the end of this episode, all the fields should be reseeded and ready to go for the last go for us. And see, this is what we don't want. We don't want to interrupt our workers today. It's going to be jam-packed the next 3 days. And then, of course, when we start a new map, we're probably not going to have many fields, and it's going to be like, I don't have nothing to do. I did everything we set out to do. So who knows? We're not going to be completely starting from scratch, kind of like this episode here, or this series here. What I mean is, it won't be like a bison harvester. I hope not. I mean, I hope we get enough cash to where we can do some decent stuff to start off with. I'm going to try to do different tractors, obviously. So, like, you know, the Massey Ferguson that we have here probably won't have that tractor. The same thing with the case. We'll have different equipment. No, sir. You can. Why is your cruise speed so slow? You can. Let's pump you up there. Why is your cruise at like 6 miles an hour? There you go. All right. So while everyone's going ahead and doing that, we're gonna hop in the New Holland. I gotta head on down to the chicken farm and grab the trailer, animal trailer. Let's go sell some horses while these guys work in field number 8. And eventually we'll go over and do the rail yard field and head on over and do those fields as well today. Alright, well, I just found out it's not the first pen I went to. It's this pen that has the horses that are ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know it holds 9, but we do 8 and 8. So I'm going to go sell these horses, buy some new ones, get this all situated. And, yep, I'll see ya in just a second. Well, there we have all the new horses into their paddock. Brings the farm total up to $3.16 million. It's looking better for us little by little. If I need to head back up to field 8, there is some kind of issues. Other than, basically, I think someone ran out of material. I'm going to guess it's the lime spreader. So for now, I need to kind of move this along here. So where are we? This guy right here, he breezed through that 19,000 liters of lime, but luckily we got a lime station right over here, and he is far enough ahead of the seed drill to where we don't have to worry about that just for a little bit. I need to bring the New Holland up here so we can start also spraying some digestate down. I do believe the combine is done, so we need to get home over to the rail yard and start harvesting some of that. So I'm going to do a little bit more situation around, bring it back in just a little bit, and see how we're getting along. Well, with most of our tractors being in use, I figured, well, we got canola. It's a good price. Let's sell it. So I have got the combine actually over harvesting more canola in the 2 fields across from the cows. Instead of, not the rail yard field, but the other 2 fields. That's got canola in it. Since the canola price is good, I figured, well, we might as well sell it and harvest it. The lime spreader is still spreading, and of course the seed drill is still seeding in field number 8. The good news is the first field across from the cows does not need to be plowed or limed or anything like that, so that's just a quick turnover. So $131,000 on the first load. We probably should have a few more loads to go, but looks like I gotta take care. I'm gonna guess that's the case tractor with the lime spreader once again. So yeah, I'm selling the stock canola that we have. That's, like I said, it's going to take at least 2 more trips, and then of course we got the canola that's being harvested as well. But I need to head on back, take care of that case tractor so we can stay ahead of our seed drill. So it's just a matter of me doing a whole bunch of little work right now, here and there. But there's a little bit of an update for you. I'll bring it back once again in just a little while, once I'm not just madly teleporting from everywhere trying to get things done. And never go fast over railroad tracks because that happens. See what happens when you're in a hurry? It's a mad rush. I probably need to actually bring this tractor and trailer over to unload the combine harvester, because he's got to be getting probably close to full. Well, between refilling the case tractor, which he's now done spreading lime on the field, been delivering canola on up to the ranch. So let's see if I can get the money total looking so you can see it. Yeah, we're over $3.5 million now in the bank account. I want to have one more trip of canola to go up, one full trailer at least, depending what the combine gets out of the field across the way. We have sunflower we still got to sell. We got some pig stay we're still going to sell. I'm kind of just starting to put a second stage of fertilization down on this field here. Now that the Fendt tractor is kind of done up here. Done-ish. So we're going to use digestate from the BGA. Especially on this field and probably the two fields across the way. I'm going to try to go as far as I can with the digestate. And then, of course, we will have some more slurry. I did sell all the slurry at the BGA. But obviously the pigs and cows are still producing it. So if they got any extra, maybe we'll use it instead of selling it. I do have the John Deere over in field 45. He is currently fertilizing that field on the second stage of fertilization. So our fields are getting pretty well prepped for the last stage of harvest. You can go off on a worker, sir. Get done what you can get done. The good news is about this field as well over here. Neither one of these fields needs to be limed or plowed. So we're just down to this field here. Does this need to be limed or plowed when we get done? Let me grab the case tractor. Let's move him out of the way. So we're getting along pretty well with our fields. Basically, the fields in the south, the cotton fields that we have, they're just waiting to be harvested. And probably in the next episode, that might be happening then. Our Fendt tractor covered in the lime. Yeah, so the cotton may be done next episode. And then those fields will just remain empty. The new farm manager, he's due here on Monday, so he said, yeah, let's leave the fields empty. He wants to evaluate what he wants to do with the farm. Switch around to do what he needs to do. And then, yeah, we just have to make sure these fields up here are weeded. Because, you know, we want these fields to be 100% because we get 10%. Now, we have to keep in mind that in Farming Simulator, when you start off, I don't know what it's called. Is it called like Farm Expert or Start from Scratch? I believe in that mode, you start with absolutely nothing. The same thing with Farm Manager, you start with nothing. But you only start with $500,000 and start from scratch. In Farm Manager, I think you start with 1.5 million. So, you know, we're already at $3.5 million, and we're going to get 10% of what the farm is worth. And of course, obviously, we're going to be over $5 million. I mean, this field here is $1.2 million. So, yeah. So if we get the farm value up to $5 million, that means we get $500,000 to go with us. So, I'm kind of shooting for the $10 million mark for us to leave with. Are you done down here? I don't think so. Maybe you are. So let's go empty out this combine here, and we'll get him over at the rail yard. Of course, we'll do the headland. I kind of want to get harvesting on that field just to see if it needs lime or it needs to be plowed or anything like that. I hope it doesn't need to be plowed, but if it does, it's not too big of a deal. That could either be our fertilizer spreader, the John Deere, or it could be the Fendt tractor. I don't think it's going to be the Fendt tractor. No, it's got to be the Fendt tractor because the John Deere is on course play, so I would have got the message on the other side. Oh no, it's I forgot. It's our digestate slurry spreader. Duh. The most obvious one. I'm trying to think. There is no way that Fendt tractor is out, and neither is the John Deere. And I was like, what's going on here? All right, so let's fold in the pipe. kind of forgot to unfold the header before I lowered it, but oh well. So now we have all the canola. All the canola is harvested, so we're going to make sure all the canola is sold here shortly. So once I get the headland done over by the rail yard, we'll be selling with some more crop. I mean, by the end of the episode, we're going to be up to $3.75 million, pushing $4 million, somewhere around there. Because don't forget, we got some pigs to sell because they're getting maxed out. I want to sell the sunflower, and I got one more trip of canola, so that's like 131,000. We got some sunflower. That's going to be like 100 grand. We got the pigs. That's 100 grand. So yeah, it's actually gonna be closer to 4 million if anything. The soybeans, I had a good price in the early morning stages, but right now I'm just putting that into stock, I guess. Hopefully the price will get good again in the next few days. So let's get this headland taken care of. And then hopefully this field does not need anything. That way it can just pretty much prep. Meaning if this field doesn't need nothing, I can focus on selling the crops and also taking care of the digestate on field number 8. I also didn't want to go to the new map with a whole lots of money, so where we can just buy everything, because then it, you know, I kind of want to start off to where I don't want to say you're struggling, but you know, you got to build up the farm a little bit. You just want to go to a new map. At least this is not my play style. I don't want to go to a new map and just have all the fields, all the equipment, and just go at it. So yeah, we're going to start off with a little bit of a struggle. I was hoping not to have the bison harvester to start with, but like I said, if we do have to buy one of the cheap harvesters, it's not going to be the bison. It'll be like the New Holland, because we already did the bison in this Let's Play. Yeah, I mean, if you saw the beginning of this Let's Play, we had 1.5 million, so we just barely bought a few fields, and by the time we bought all the equipment, we had like no money left, and we were buying low-end stuff for the most part. Not the lowest of low, but pretty low. So going to this new map, we're going to have a lot less money. But one thing I have noticed on the map that I plan on going to, the fields are not as expensive as here. But also, are they as big? I don't know. Yes and no. They can be. So we'll probably save some money there. But we'll find out. You'll find out on Monday, which is I don't know what day. I don't know what day of the month that is. Oh man, I don't even know what today is as I'm recording it, to be honest with you. All right, so we're gonna set this guy off on a worker. He's doing soybeans, which is just going to go right into our silo. Let me give him a little bit of leeway here in case I didn't take the good angle down there. Okay, this field does not need lime or need to be plowed either. Our Fendt tractor is just about done, which is good. I'll bring him over here and he can start putting some more soybeans and fertilizer down here. Our John Deere is getting along just well. Is he going to run out of... No, he's not even close to running out of fertilizer. Well, the good thing is the weeds are coming in, so I can take care... I want to get all these fields seeded pretty quickly, so when these weeds come along, we can take care of them up here. It shouldn't affect these fields down here at all. So I'm going to get to work here. If I can hit the right buttons. Right here. So I need to go back to the silo. It's going to be 2 trips actually with canola. I can see that already. 1 full trailer and 1 half trailer. And then I got to sell some sunflower. And then I can probably drop off this trailer because the combine should be fine. He should be able to harvest that whole field without filling up because it's soybeans. And then I can hook up the digestate, our trailer right there, start filling it up with some digestate and bring it on over to our New Holland so you can get some fertilization down in that field. Well, I did miscalculate on the canola. I just had one trail. I only had like 28,000 liters of canola left in the silo, so it wasn't even a full trailer for one trip. But, you know, we got some cash for it. Now we're selling the last of our sunflower. So this should get us up to 3.75 million, somewhere around there. Probably just a little bit shy of it. The Fendt tractor is down here. I got him going away, so there's our combine doing there. Actually, yep, 3.75 million. We did reach that. So now I should not need the trailer anymore for today. Like I said, the combine should be fine filling up down by the rail yard. So we're gonna go back to the BGA, hook up the trailer, grab some digestate, and start filling up our New Holland slurry spreader so we can get the second stage of fertilization down on that. And at some point we'll get to the pigs. I've had a free moment, so I decided to come over and help out the combine and take over the duties myself. Finish off these soybeans in this field, go put it in stock. And who knows, if we get extremely lucky, maybe we'll get a great demand of soybeans in a couple days when all these fields will have soybeans in it. The Fendt tractor is still fertilizing, seeding and fertilizing that field down by the pigs, but he's almost done. And well, you can see with the truck there in the field over there, he's been refilling the slurry spreader when needed. They're about halfway done with that field. The John Deere is done fertilizing field 45. Tank is empty on the slurry spreader once again. No shock there. I don't know if I get enough digestate to do all the fields, but I got plenty of fertilizer in the spreader, so we could easily fertilize the fields that way as well without having to buy more fertilizer. But what I'm going to do is we're going to put this into stock, and I'm going to repair the header at least, because that's going to be kind of crucial in the last few days of our harvest. And I do need to refuel the harvester as well. But I am going to continue on working here just a little bit more. And I'll bring it back in just a second. We're going to sell some piggies and wrap up the episode. And that way I can continue fertilizing and seeding and prepping the fields for the next episode. Like I said, next episode we're probably doing the cotton all down there. That should be kind of ready when I do that. I do want to leave some time in the last episode to... I mean, it's going to be hectic in the last episode, obviously, but yeah, that's kind of the plan. So let me get some more things situated here. We'll sell some pigs and get some more cash. Making my second trip to the animal store with the piggies so we can make sure we sell our typical 100 pigs. So we're up to $3.84 million in the bank account, and of course we're going to get like another 16 grand here. I got like 16 pigs in here. The Fendt tractor has moved over to the rail yard. He is now seeding the last fields on Ravenport for us anyways. And we are done fertilizing field number 8. So I will move on and fertilize the other fields in between episodes. And $16,000. So if we come over to the piggies, we're back down to about normal. I had to sell, we weren't quite topped off at 75 pigs per, so in order to sell 100, that's why we got 48 each. But in a couple days, they'll be maxed out, and that's what we probably got on this map is a couple in-game days anyways. So I'm going to bring the trailer back, park up in the shed, grab the New Holland, start fertilizing those fields over there. And then just a matter of letting the Fendt finish seeding that field and then doing some weeding, fertilize that field, and it's all harvesting and then figuring out how much the farm is worth. But that is going to do it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate you watching as always. And I'll see you next time in Ravenport. But until then, have a good one.